What?
Wow, this looks like an emotional. Let's go.
I'm just gonna start with a piano.
5 minutes later.
We're ready for an emotional joyride.
Oh,
See, I knew it! It starts with a piano!
Yeah.
So now you're reacting to the solo artist IU and her 2019 song called Above the Time, or also known as Outside of Time. This is a sequel to her 2011 song You and I. IU wrote the lyrics to Above the Time to explore what happened to those two children who promised to meet each other in the future. The lyrics express sadness for her memories of someone she misses and hope that she may see him again even if it's outside of time. The music videos for both You and I and Above the Time were directed by the same person and feature the same actors, so it's the same exact dude. The song is written by Lee Min-soo.
Alright, I'm ready to have my heart broken.
Do it.
Tick tock on the clock.
Boom.
Who is this? Do we get to meet the, what was it, the grandfather is the one who set up this whole scheme? Do we get to meet that character?
Oh my god, it's sheet music!
He's all like completely sacrificed sheet music. It's like a castle.
That's nice. Maybe she became a famous musician. Ah, she started on the same note.
No, I like the echo.
Oh, that's so pretty.
IU and your vocal inflections. Wow, that's so lush.
Oh my god, it's still on his wrist!
This is so Kimi no Nawa. I'm done.
I was kind of expecting more of like a big hit there.
I was too, but I kind of liked how she didn't.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
yet.
very like reserved.
It's coming. It's Brahmsian. Like, not yet.
Long phrases.
Ooh, the instrumentation's really getting to me. Love all the horn.
We have acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Less orchestral vibes here, but we did have the nice horn little interludes.
Whoa. I don't know what that sound is. It was like that.
It's like, I feel like you could get that on some low brass instrument.
What? It's like the movie Wonderstruck.
Last Fantasy, do you see
Right.
that? Wow.
There's the orchestral sound.
A lot of fa mi here. Still a lot of good horn presence. I like that.
It just makes everything so much more epic. Like, just add in some horns.
It's very appealing to listen to. Like, these jumps in her voices in her voice. Wow.
She's really nimble.
Oh no, don't cry.
What is...
What? This a dream. This a dream.
I'm calling it.
What the fuck?
Whoa. Oh, we just went full on Hobbit.
What? Is this how we get our resolution? No, it's too fast. We don't earn it.
Do they exist in their own, like, are these each separate dimensions that they're in? You know, because that house...
Your guess is as good as mine.
What? Are you kidding?
What?
What? What's with the flat six? What is
this?
Hodgepodge of genres. Da, 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 da.
You can't just go back without...
I think they can.
No, I think they went through different dance styles because there was one that was like a little Latin, and that one was supposed to be like a waltz. I think that's why they had an opera singer as a desk hand.
I love that chord with it's a first inversion tonic, but it's really nice. One more dance?
Where does that come from, though? How do you have the idea to like throw that sort of jig in there, and it's out of nowhere, and then
Because it's K-pop, and they can't.
and they can't.
You know what I think makes this like above and beyond most of these like ballad type songs? It's like the little driving thing that's like.
I like this build-up a lot. The like having the like orchestra ascend in a scale.
It's well produced. It's some of borderlines on a little corny and a little like overwrought, but I think it's well done. Wow, so many paper clocks. What is time but paper burning in the fire?
Fire hazard. Oh.
She's gone. She's there. They're together.
Oh my god, there's the fucking duck. I mean, goose. Sorry. Wait, what?
Da 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 da. Was that from the first video or is that from this video?
What?
Da 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 da.
I'm so shook.
So they didn't meet.
Well, it could be a part 3. You can continue the saga.
8 years later.
8 years
We
later.
got 8 years.
Another-
Start counting. Set your clock. Write it on your wrist.
Right on your wrist.
8 years, we'll get
And
another
when
sequel.
it inevitably fades, because that's what a pen does, you put a wristwatch on.
Exactly.
And it'll work.
I kind of want to listen to the like jiggy section
Go ahead.
again, just
Yeah.
because we were like freaking
It was
out, and I
so-
don't like remember what actually happened musically.
It was just out of completely nowhere.
Okay, so we get like a piano string intro, and then a flute, and then we get like, is that bagpipe at the bottom, or like a hurdy-gurdy maybe? Oh, but it's so chromatic.
That's so cool. And it goes to, but like, it's just such a bizarre theme, especially after that very consonant. Like you have your very much E flat and very much A flat, and like 1/4, and then it goes to, right? Like all really normal classical chords, but it was just, I don't know. It was very bizarre.
It starts so differently. Like you get like the sound of, okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's a hurdy-gurdy, which is one of those crank instruments that gives you like a 5th drone and sounds like it's kind of strings,
Kind of
but like
nasally.
not very nasally. Used a long time ago. They're not really in fashion now. And then you get kind of like the acoustic string instrument feel, but then the orchestra comes back in and there's like a vocal soloist above that to me sounds a little bit like a Western score, like Morricone. Yeah, like from Good, Bad, and the Ugly or something.
Right.
So it like transitions back into where they were before. So you kind of get the sense musically that like even though this is sort of like their dream, like reality is like gonna creep back in. So thoughts?
She has a very distinct style, I think. And it's very like new wave film score.
I loved it. I don't. She avoided some of the great like pitfalls of ballads, which is that like I don't know if you've ever listened to like 50 ballads in a row, you just get stuck in it and you feel like you're in a swamp of just like everything is slow and it's beautiful, but it's like where the hell are you going? And this avoided like all of that, and they used some really creative songwriting things in order to avoid that feeling. I was kind of blown away by one of the modulations in particular, where they just kind of like went over to another key and then came back. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the complete stylistic
Because
change?
No, not that, but also that.
It did seem like a really good follow-up to You and I musically. I don't know, there was still a lot more like orchestra full, but there was a lot more focus on the vocals in this one, I think. Like they isolated her vocals a bit more throughout. And she kind of like flips into her head voice and it's really lilty.
When we watched You and I kept saying like, oh my god, I feel like I'm in like an orchestra pit. Like this feels so musical-esque, this feels so Broadway, but like more like the Pops kind of musicals rather than like Les Mis. But I didn't feel that as much for this one. Like I didn't feel like it was super like musical Broadway-esque.
Where were you?
I'm trying to figure out where I was. I don't know. I'll think about it like 3 hours, go up to something. Pause time. Get back to you later. It's fine.
We're gonna go in a time machine.
I did mention the bass because in You and I, the bass was like every beat, like just doing quarter notes for the whole song. This one is more of like blah bump, blah bump kind
All of
thing.
it was happier. They didn't really go into
That's
like
true, they didn't do the minor major
mysterious
flip. Yeah.
motif as blatantly, and there was no like outro to like give any more context to it. It just stayed as it was.
Yeah.
I almost wanted there to be more. I don't know. It was.
I want more just so I can keep watching them. I like these. Both of them are great.
I really like the song. I think I use vocal delivery is just perfection in this song. It's a very poppy / movie soundtrack type of mixing and orchestration.
Yes.
It's not something you'd hear in like a Mahler piece or in like an Elgar, but I think it works here. And I think even that weird dance interlude, the Irish jig interlude in the middle, it worked. I kind of wish it got brought back at the end, but you know, it will forever be quirkier because there was that random interlude. And then at the end, the big percussion, it's border, could it have used a little more bass, a little more of that real bass drum sound? Yes, maybe a little, but I think for the purpose of this song, it did reach those epic heights, and I did enjoy it, so yeah.
This is just like Romeo and Juliet in that the Leonardo DiCaprio.